Welcome back to our Python class, and here today I will show you how to install your project requirements, set up your virtual environment from a fresh new start from some Git repository. In my case, well, I'll use my repository. I'll basically clone it somewhere else and set up everything from a brand new start. It might help somebody, so hopefully, right, so I already have actually it open, but let me close it, close folder, right? And I have a completely fresh installation. I mean, I have fresh Visual Studio Code. I want to clone the repository, right? Here, right? From GitHub, I have my code. Of course, you could do it here. It's automatically. Control V. Let me see if I didn't do it. Code, copy to clipboard, and I am going to paste it, right? So that's my repository. And now I need to say where I am gonna clone it, right? So in this case, I can't clone it into GitHub because I already have something there. So I can make maybe a folder under my username, the demonstration demo, October, demo October, right? And any name would be, right? And select repository location, right? It's not valid, because I don't have it, right? So I'll make a new folder, something, demo October, right? Oh, now it's going to be valid. Any directory will do. Of course, cloning will create subfolders for with your project name, right? So select, and it's cloning. Okay, that's great. Would you like to open the clone repository? Sure, why not, right? Do you trust it? Well, I trust myself, sure, right? I trust the authors. Again, that's an extra security in case you're doing something you're not sure, right? And this is our whole all course project, right? Everything here is already cloned. So if you want to check where we are, you can do open in a file explorer. So we are, some other, demo October, Python Chigo stage. Okay, so completely new start, right? And now we want to set up virtual environment, right? So I'll open up new terminal, right? And notice again, so there's no virtual environment file. Why? Because I have virtual environments excluded. Again, it's over thousands of files of your Python, not something you want. However, what's very important, I have requirements. This has all the libraries we're gonna need. So our plan is to set up virtual environment and install all the libraries I have already provided using pip freeze and output to requirements text file. So first command will be what? Python m venv. Of course, again, second name doesn't have to be venv. Well, let's check our version. Python version, just in case, right? It should be 3.10. Okay, we're fine, right? And I'll do so Python m venv, right? Let's do it. And it should nicely set up. Okay, here's my directory, right? And again, it does not appear in the Git. You notice the new environment has been created. Do you want to select it for the workplace folder? Yes, of course. Thank you, Visual Studio Code. And we should be nicely set up already, right? And we can already check if it works, right? Again, if I do go to my day 15 Jupyter notebooks, I have a completely just all comments file. It should work. Let's take a look. Notice it already shows here 310 virtual environment, so it will run here. That's fine, right? However, also what's very important, it will also set up when I run any py file from here, it will do the work of running a script here, right? venv scripts activate. Otherwise, I will have to do something like this: venv scripts, activate, and depending on your machine, if you have a Windows PowerShell, then you do PS1. If you have something else, it has scripts for every language. So I think on a Linux and Mac, you just say activate. Okay, that activates, but I don't have to do it because it's already done for me, right? Right. So okay, I can do deactivate. Remember, right? And I'm back to regular Python, right? But I want to activate, so of course I can run it from here, or I can run it my hand. Scripts, venv scripts, and activate, right? PS1 again. So that should do it, and I'm good. So let's do pip list. Okay, well, I only have two tools. I only have two extra libraries, pip and setup tools. Well, It's sort of our bootstraps or booting, like sort of our setup. That's all we really need. Why? Because we already have nice and helpful requirements. Of course, we could now install it one by one, all the packages we need, but hopefully the project maintainer did pip freeze and nicely hopefully has some libraries here, right? So we don't want to spend the time doing one by one. We'll install them all at once. So how do you do it? It's really simple. Hopefully the famous last words, pip install r on requirements, not readme, requirements, right? Okay, let's see, will it work or not? Again, sometimes the order is important, right? We are installing a whole bunch of libraries. Again, some have dependencies on each other, such as NumPy and Pandas, for example. We'll see later on Pillow, Matplotlib, right? So let's cross our fingers and see if it works. Oh yeah, looks like it's doing nicely, connecting to, of course, these wheels. And let's see if everything will work. Again, if you have any problems, of course, the problems arise usually if you are not administrator, if you're not the owner of the computer, if you're like have a work computer and the system administrator has limited your access. That's one case. Also, possibly if you are in Mac, again, maybe by default Mac does not trust you, that you know what you're doing, and also will limit your access, but should work on most machines. Okay, let's take a look. Camel case done, everything is done. Let's see, it installed everything. Cacheness now, let's see, it should be okay. Yeah, so installed everything, so no warnings, no errors. That's good. Sometimes errors happen, but usually it's fine. So pip list, and we are ready to go. Look at all the cool packages. We have everything. And notice also something. Our main topic today will be Jupyter. We'll talk about this. We'll need that. But yeah, so we have some Matplotlib. We have setup tools. We have some extra libraries, of course. Like things like camel case are not really needed, of course, right? So again, so now we're ready. We have virtual environment. We see it here, right? If we go to a Python file, right? We go to, let's say readme for today. Yeah, virtual environment, and we can run. We have all the libraries ready. Okay, so that concludes a way of setting up, how you set up a new project from scratch. You create a virtual environment, you install all the libraries using this simple command. Again, you can do this command. Remember, arrow keys work in a terminal. Most terminals will you have arrow key support, so you can check all the commands you've done today. So pip install -r requirements. All right. So hopefully that helped you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.